It says in modern society, violence often arises from myths, which aren't always explicitly religious. The Jacobin terror during the French Revolution aimed to establish a modern state, resulting in hundreds of thousands of casualties, including the violent suppression of the Vendee peasant revolt. So it is talking about some type of revolts or activities which were done previously in the modern history. Anarchist campaigns of assassinations were driven by secular myths of social transformation. So it talks about one more category. Lenin explicitly followed the Jacobin example by utilizing the Cheka to create the modern state in Russia. Nazism and Fascism set themselves apart from conventional primaries by believing in shaping the new society through systematic terror. Violent jihadism shares more similarities with these modern totalitarian movements than commonly believed. Please go through it. And again, one more point that we have already discussed many times, that when it comes to para-summary, see, in the reading comprehension part, I myself have told you to skim it. That means to just figure it out what is the most important aspects. But in para summary questions, you should not skip even a single word. So you have to read every single line very carefully. Take your time. Just write down the main subject of the passage and then what should be the key ideas discussed here. And later we will talk about the right answer. Take your time. Everybody, please type your answers in chat box. So you are typing the right answer actually. Who can explain me the question? What it is talking about?
Sir, sir, do you want like a short summary?
First, what is exactly the main subject is. Later, the key ideas which are discussed, and then answer.
Sir, I guess the main yeah.
Go on, go on.
Sir, I guess the main subject paragraph is the paragraph is trying to emphasize on the fact that violence does not always arise due to religious reasons, and it could be arising mostly out of the idea of a change in society or bringing a better society. So that's what the paragraph talks about. It provides us with examples that show that most of the violence is caused because of the idea of a new society or a better society rather than due to religious reasons. So with various examples, that's what the paragraph is trying to explain us. And I guess in the ending, that's what the paragraph emphasizes, that violent jihadism is also more inclined towards the promise of a new society than what is commonly believed, and then religious reasons. Like, I guess that's what it's trying to say.
Correct. Very good. Anybody else?
Sir, I believe the idea of the paragraph is trying to tell us how a positive movement is used for a negative aspect, like the positive way of doing something is exploited for doing something negative.
Anyone else?
Sir, it is basically saying that how the role of terror in transforming a society.
The role of terror in transformation of the society, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Niyanti?
The thoughts of transformation was dangerous for the society, I think.
Okay, it's dangerous. So again, you are talking about a summarized version, or you're saying, what did you say just right now? It more of a conclusion.
Yes sir, इस conclusion because most of the part तो सर इसका example दिया हुआ है तो उसको तो
But we
summarize
are
करना.
not talking about a conclusion right now, right?
Okay, sorry sir.
we need a summarized versions. Just make it simple. अलग से कुछ भी नहीं करना है. Whatever information is given there, that's it. Yes, Niyati, you wanted to say something?
Yes, sir, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. So actually, in this particular paragraph, what I feel is that in this it is like mentioned that everything comes from one sort of myth or one sort of perception that is like that might not be true, but that's what they are following. I mean, that might not be the religious one, but that's what they believe. Like for example, in this, the first, like the second line, it is given that the Jacobin terror, this French Revolution thing, that what they did was they had a violent suppression while their aim was to build a modern state. They might thought that it would build a modern state, but the result of their thinking turned into a suppression of a lower class or a peasant. And in second example, it is given the anarchy, when there is no, like, there when there was no government or anything, there was a assassination, there was a killing of like there was a lot of killing that was being going on. So that was also a kind of myth. Then the Lenin, they actually followed the Jacobin, which is given in the first second line, the example. So they are following the Lenin, the Lenin is following the Jacobin example, that they will create also a modern state. Like, it is a myth, it is a kind of maybe interlink of a myth that is being formed. Like, they are feeling that the things can be done in this way. It's their perception, but it is a myth.
So you said they are feeling. Who are they?
I mean, they, in a sense, like the entire thing that is being formed, like the Jacobin terror, for example, during French Revolution. So whoever would be the part of this particular enforcement thing, so they are the, like, actual, I would say, enforcement people who are doing it, I must say.
Okay, no issues. Yes, to an extent, what you said is correct. But let us make it simple. So if I break down the entire passage, can I say that the first line that I'm highlighting with the yellow color is just an opinion which is kept before you by the author? This is just
Yes.
author's opinion. Please answer me
Yes,
yes or
sir.
no.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Now, I'm just breaking down what details are given. वो एक अलग चीज है, but please understand what I'm saying. To give validation to his opinion, he has given you two examples. One is of Jacobin situation that happened in French Revolution, and the other is for Russia. Sorry, this is of Russia only, and then it somewhere shows, takes a reference from the same type of event which happened in the Germany, Nazism and Fascism. Correct? And later, the word is used jihadism. So first situation is that the author has given his opinion. Later, to support his opinion or to validate his opinion, he has given two examples. Later, Nazism and Fascism is also introduced, and at last, it shows that how jihadism it shows what similarities in jihadism are there in terms of the modern movements. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Right? So let us say what are the two options that we can rule it out. First, violent jihadism is justified on the secular myth of social transformation rather than the idea of religious apocalypse. What do you say?
Sir, we
Yes,
can
Sir, we
sir.
can
We
rule
can
out
rule it out.
because it's very narrow, sir.
It's being very extreme, correct?
Yeah.
The second option, can I say the myth of social transformation has underpinned many totalitarian movements in modern history, and violent jihadism too exploits this?
Yes, sir.
Possible
I
answer.
We can hold it, sir.
Yes, sir. We can consider it.
It is a good choice, yeah. Although it is believed that violence is fueled by religion, it is believed, but I don't think so in the passage this aspect is discussed. The reality is that it is unleashed on the premise of the creation of a modern state. What do you say? Shall we consider this option?
Sir, we can consider
To a
it,
point, to a
but the
point, but
second one
very
is a better
less.
choice.
Okay. The fourth one, the modern history illustrates that it is a myth that societies can be transformed by the systematic use of terror.
So it
Sir, we
can be
can rule it out.
You will down.
So out of the second and third one, the best option that you
Sir,
can,
the second one.
the second one.
The second one.
Second one.
everyone, please type in the chat box. Second and the third. Yes. So the better choice we have here is the second option. Ashna, what's your opinion on this?
I think yes, the second one is the better option. As when I was trying to conclude earlier, the point is that only that how the justification of violence is arising in the modern history on the basis of social transformation, which is a myth in itself. So yeah.
Yeah. And this is one suggestion to everyone. Whenever you are finalizing an answer, make sure you figure it out whether it's a conclusion or it is a summary. Because usually we get, instead of finding out the summarized version, we conclude things. This is our mindset in every aspect. So this happens with us everywhere. If we have a situation, or if we see a situation, if we see a person in a situation, we actually try to conclude things. So वो अपने आप होता है, and this is where you have to take a pause. Okay, let's proceed further.
Sir, I had a question.
Yeah.
Sir, on to the previous slide. Yes, sir, this one. So sir, this one is saying that violence, it was also because of the myths, but not always because of the religious ones. But sir, I don't think that we can rule out the third one, because third one is also saying it is believed that it is often fueled by religion. But the main problem comes up when anybody tries to establish a modern state, because when anybody tries to establish or changes a thing, that is revolt, hence violence. So I don't think I wasn't agreeing on this point to you on removing point 3, sir, actually. I don't know where have I gotten it wrong.
Okay.
Because-
So
Sorry.
no, go on.
Yes, sir. So that is why I was saying that what I understood from the para was that often it is known to us that it is because of religion, but this line doesn't anywhere puts on that what you know is false. It was because of this. It is saying that it was not only because of religious, it was also because when you are trying to establish a new thing, the people who are already in the previous state, they try and revolt. And when they revolt, there is violence. And then they've stated that how when they tried to put a modern state in Russia, and then whenever a new thing is set, and all the examples of the violent cases that have been in the history. So I think point 3 was summarizing it. I don't know why was it ruled out.
So if you compare the second and the third one, the best option that you find is the second or the third.
I mean, from the two, second one is also a good option, but it is not talking about how it is solely put on religion. And I mean, the myth of social transformation is not the right word that they should have used. I think the second one is just making it more confusing, and third one is a bit more clear. I don't know.
So I think the third one is actually contradicting the first line that is being said, because the third line is
Violence often arises. So
Yeah.
here it says often arises.
So, sir, the third one is basically ruling out the idea that violence arises from religion.
Yeah.
It says it is believed.
Yes, sir, and the
So-
following line is which aren't always explicitly religious. So what we currently believe is all the violences held in the past were because of religion. So that is what the author has given us as a suggestion, that it is believed that violence was because of religion, but it is not. That is what.
Yeah, in the passage, it is provided that it is believed that violence is because of religion, but it's not always because of religion. So he's not ruling out the idea that violence could be caused because of religion. But in the third option, it's basically completely ruling out the idea of violence being caused by religion. It's just saying that it is not caused by religion, it is instead caused on the idea of modern state. So it's basically denying the fact that the author is saying in the paragraph.
Exactly. The third option is what I am saying is the third option is actually kind of contradicting the whole paragraph.
And also, we're not talking about creation of a modern state. It's rather social transformation which needs not to be modern, a creation of
Yeah.
modern state every time.
Apocalyptic myths doesn't particularly emphasize modern state or anything like that, I guess. It just emphasizes on the fact that the current way is like there's something wrong with it, so they need to change it, I guess.
See, one thing I'm very happy to see that the active participation, and this is actually the requirement of these sessions. So when you all put your opinions, and then the mindset is evaluated. So basically, I'm very happy to see this. Shubkirti, please tell me. I believe you got your answer.
Sir, I think I'll just have a -1 then.
That's absolutely okay because this will happen, and these are actually the traps. See, this one single word often, and although it is believed, these are the only words which are playing here. So
Yes,
we
sir,
have
I
to be
got
very
caught
clear.
between these only.
Okay, I believe it is clear now. Let's proceed further.
Thank you.